Central City is one of New Orleans' most historic yet rapidly evolving neighborhoods. From second line parades to vibrant street murals, this area has roots and rhythm that you won't find anywhere else in the city. But where exactly should you go if you're exploring, eating, or even thinking about moving here? Let's take a closer look together on the map. Hey, and welcome to Living in New Orleans. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything about living in New Orleans and the surrounding neighborhoods, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. My name is Margaret, and I was born and raised right here in New Orleans. My husband, Bernard, and I love helping people make their move to New Orleans. And whether that's in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to reach out. All of our contact info is in the description, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Big Easy. Aretha Castle Haley Boulevard. This is the heartbeat of Central City's comeback. O.C. Haley Boulevard, named after the civil rights leader, is lined with historic storefronts that now house art galleries, nonprofits, and restaurants. Once a neglected corridor, it's now thriving again with community festivals and cultural events. If you want to understand Central City's energy today, start your walk right here. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard runs straight through Central City, east to west. On one end, it connects you directly to the Central Business District. On the other, it carries you toward Uptown. It's lined with local shops and businesses that serve the community. Mapping this boulevard shows how Central City is literally the connector between old and new. Jackson Avenue, Harmony Circle. Jackson Avenue has long been one of Central City's defining streets. At Harmony Circle, you hit a historic junction that links Central City with the Garden District and Uptown. It's also a spot where parades often roll during Mardi Gras season. If you want a geographic marker, this is a key pin for how Central City fits into the bigger picture. St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. This towering church on Dryades Street is one of the most recognizable landmarks in Central City. Built in the 1800s, it has anchored the community for generations. It's not just a house of worship, but also a cultural hub with festivals and community gatherings often centered around it. On the map, this is a true spiritual and architectural anchor. The Dryades YMCA. The Dryades YMCA is more than just a gym. It was one of the key organizing sites during the civil rights movement. Today, it continues to serve families with programs, sports, and education. Pinning it reminds us that Central City's identity is about resilience and progress. The Southern Food and Beverage Museum, known as SoFab. SoFab is one of those places that's both fun and educational. Located right on O.C. Haley, it celebrates the food and drink culture of the entire South. Exhibits change often, and there's even a demonstration kitchen where local chefs cook live. On the map, this is Central City's culinary crown jewel. The Ashe Cultural Arts Center. The Ashe Cultural Arts Center is a performance space, gallery, and cultural hub. It's dedicated to preserving and promoting African American art, history, and music. The building itself often hosts concerts, exhibitions, and festivals. It's one of the pins that shows how Central City keeps its culture alive and forward-looking. Street murals and the NOLA Mural Project. As you map Central City, you'll notice walls painted with incredible murals. Some honor jazz legends, others showcase bold contemporary designs. These works turn everyday streets into an outdoor gallery, adding color and life to once empty walls. Many of these pieces are part of the NOLA Mural Project, a citywide initiative that brings artists together to tell the New Orleans story through public art. They are scattered across the neighborhood, but cluster especially around Oretha Castle Haley Boulevard, making it one of the most visually vibrant corridors in the city. Second line parade routes. Central City is the heart of New Orleans' second line culture. These Sunday parades, organized by social aid and pleasure clubs, wind their way through the neighborhood with brass bands, dancers, and neighbors joining in along the route. It's not just a performance, it's a tradition that brings the whole community together in celebration. On the map, the parade routes cut across residential streets, reminding you that in Central City, music doesn't just live in venues, it lives in the streets. And now we move to food and drink. Cafe Reconcile. This is not just a restaurant, it's a mission. Cafe Reconcile trains young people for careers in hospitality while serving up soulful, comforting food. You'll find fried chicken, gumbo, and daily specials that taste like home. Pinning it on the map is easy. It's one of Central City's most inspiring destinations. Her Dat Kitchen. Tucked away just off Loyola Avenue, Her Dat Kitchen is one of those places people drive across town for. Their dishes are big, bold, and full of New Orleans flavor. Favorites like the crawfish voodoo fries or shrimp pasta are legendary. On the map, this pin proves Central City has some of the city's best hidden gems. Toop's Meadery. Chef Isaac Toop's has made a name nationally, and Toop's Meadery delivers Cajun with a twist. Think cracklins, lamb neck, and hearty plates that reflect Louisiana's rustic traditions. It's a destination spot for food lovers, right within reach of Central City. On the map, this pin adds culinary star power. Central City Barbecue. This is the place for smoked brisket, ribs, and a lively outdoor atmosphere. Central City Barbecue is one of the newer stars of the neighborhood, drawing big crowds for both food and music events. It has become a gathering spot for festivals and concerts as well. Marking it shows how Central City combines food and fun. Cafe Porch and Snow Bar. Here you get the best of both worlds, soul food and plates inside, and New Orleans-style snowballs outside. It's a true neighborhood cafe where regulars know each other. From breakfast plates to cold treats in the summer, it's a favorite for locals. This pin highlights Central City's everyday food culture. Bars and nightlife. Ferret's Lounge. Ferret's Lounge is a Central City classic. Located right on Washington Avenue, it's known for live music, DJs, and a true neighborhood vibe. This is where locals gather for a night out that still feels personal and unpretentious. On the map, it's one of the cornerstones of Central City nightlife. Sportsman's Corner. Sportsman's Corner sits at Washington and LaSalle and is legendary as a second line stop. Brass bands and social aid and pleasure clubs often end their parades here, filling the street with music and dancing. It's part bar, part local landmark. Pinning it shows how nightlife and tradition meet right in the heart of Central City. Dewdrop Inn. The Dewdrop Inn is more than just a hotel. It's the revival of a legendary Central City landmark. Once known as the South's swankiest nightclub, it hosted music greats like Ray Charles, Little Richard, and Irma Thomas. Today, the Dewdrop has returned as both a boutique hotel and a vibrant event venue, complete with a bar and live music lounge. Their events calendar is packed with concerts, cultural gatherings, and nightlife experiences that keep Central City buzzing after dark. On the map, the Dewdrop Inn stands as both a piece of history and a fresh symbol of the neighborhood's future. The Rabbit Hole. The Rabbit Hole on Oretha Castle Haley Boulevard brings a fresh, creative energy to Central City's nightlife. It's part performance venue, part bar, and it leans into an eclectic mix of live music, DJ sets, and themed events. The space is designed for both locals and visitors who want something a little different from the traditional corner bar vibe. With its artsy atmosphere and ever-changing lineup, it adds another layer to the neighborhood's cultural revival. On the map, the Rabbit Hole shows how Central City continues to reinvent itself as a destination for both history and nightlife. Lifestyle and community. Youth Empowerment Project. The Youth Empowerment Project is one of the neighborhood's strongest nonprofits. It helps young people with education, mentorship, and job readiness. Its presence shows the investment being made in the next generation. This pin tells the story of hope and progress in Central City. Neighborhood residential pockets. When you zoom into Central City, you'll see that it's not just about main corridors. The real character shows up in residential streets. Start around LaSalle and Magnolia Streets between Jackson and Washington Avenues, where rows of colorful shotgun houses and Creole cottages give the neighborhood its historic feel. A little further south, off Dryad Street, you'll notice side streets where restored homes sit right next to properties waiting for their next chapter. It's where the past and future of Central City meet block by block. And just behind Oretha Castle Haley Boulevard, north of Jackson Avenue, quiet streets highlight the balance of neighborhood living alongside the cultural corridor. These pockets are what make Central City so distinctive. Everyday life playing out in homes filled with history, style, and new energy. Streetscape feel. As we move through the map of Central City, you'll notice how the streets themselves tell a story. They're narrow and walkable, with corner stores tucked onto almost every block. You'll often see kids riding bikes, music drifting from open windows or porches, and neighbors stopping to chat on the sidewalks. This rhythm of everyday life is what gives Central City its character. Pinning these streets on the map reminds you that beyond the landmarks and big events, it's the daily connections that make the neighborhood feel alive. Access and connections. The RTA streetcar access. Central City doesn't have its own streetcar line, but it's bordered by both St. Charles Avenue and Loyola Avenue lines. That means you can walk just a few blocks and be on your way downtown or uptown. It's an underrated convenience for the residents. On the map, this connection keeps Central City accessible. Proximity to the Superdome. One of the biggest lifestyle perks is how close Central City is to the Caesars Superdome. On Saints game days, you can walk from your house to the stadium in under 15 minutes. The same goes for concerts and major events. Pinning it shows just how central this neighborhood really is. Connection to the CBD. Central City flows right into the Central Business District. It's minutes away by car, bike, or even on foot. That makes it appealing for professionals who want more affordable housing close to downtown. On the map, this proximity is a major selling point. Connection to the Garden District and Uptown. To the south, Central City borders the Garden District and Uptown. That means boutique shops, restaurants, and the St. Charles streetcar are just blocks away. Living here, you're never far from some of the most iconic parts of New Orleans. On the map, it's clear Central City is at the crossroads of many worlds. And now a real estate snapshot. When you mark real estate pins in Central City, you'll notice variety. There are renovated historic homes, affordable fixer-uppers, and multifamily properties that attract investors. Prices are still lower here compared to Uptown or the Garden District. On the map, it's clear why Central City is one of New Orleans' neighborhoods to watch. Groceries and everyday shopping. When it comes to groceries, Central City residents have several convenient options. Just a few blocks away on Baronne Street is Rouse's Market, a full-size supermarket where you can do your weekly shopping. For something a little more local, Bromart on Magazine Street is a New Orleans favorite with everyday essentials and plenty of local flavor. And right inside Central City, small corner stores like Magnolia Supermarket on Louisiana Avenue or Claiborne Supermarket on South Claiborne are part of the neighborhood's rhythm. Perfect for quick stops, snacks, or even a hot plate lunch. On the map, groceries give you that sense of daily practicality, showing how residents balance modern convenience with the authentic feel of local bodegas. So that's Central City on the map. From food and culture to nightlife, groceries, and real estate opportunities. If Central City feels like your kind of neighborhood, make sure to check out the next video in this series where I'll dive into the pros and cons of living here. And if you're planning a move to New Orleans, whether that's in 9 days or 90, don't hesitate to reach out. All of our contact info is in the description below, and we'd love to help you make your move to the Big Easy.